Yesterday one article had come on the net which was shared to me by a friend of mine called Sebastian Rodriguez. I know Sebastian because when there was an issue relating to the Naushim Marina, I had sought his help because I'd seen that he had written certain articles which were very good, and I believed that he had done some research, and therefore I had friendship with him even before I got elected. And therefore when I saw his message at about 1:55 a.m., I immediately replied back to him maybe at 2:10 a.m. and because I was awake, and I replied to him, and he sent me a message of a link about the Moira house, which is got two colors. Left side has got one color and the right side has got another color. It shows that the house apparently was divided, and there was a reference to me in that post which claimed that teacher Julia from Moira and her husband, who are living in fear because of some Delhi or Haryana builders, and they are threatening to demolish the house, and the panchayat is not responding. And also a statement was that attempts to reach the MLA, my name was put there, was unresponsive. So I was confused and I said, who is this and what is the issue? So I said, I have not been unresponsive. In fact, even when I was in Europe, whenever I got calls, I took them, asking what's the urgency, and if it was urgent, I was attending. If it was not urgent, I would tell them, call me after my return. If I missed a call, I personally would call back to find out what was the urgency and then tell them what was to be done or attend to it. So I was surprised when she said that she had tried to call me. I had seen no missed call. She said that she tried to get through to my PA, and my PA says to me that she had been calling, and but I had not. I was on this Ganesh visit, so I was not in a position to see her. So I finally gave an appointment and I met her yesterday. She came here along with her son-in-law, Gordon, and another friend of theirs. And what she had told me on the telephone first was that this was a joint property and her father-in-law and his brother jointly owned it, that there was a fight and it was divided, and so one part of the house went to the father-in-law's brother and the other part came to the father-in-law. So she said to me that she had come some time back to see me but had come without papers, and because she came without papers, I had requested, please obtain the papers so I can see them and I can advise you further. So she said she had got the papers and that is why she wanted to come and see me. So I said, all right, come tomorrow. That was yesterday. And she did come with the son-in-law and that friend of theirs. When I looked at the papers, before I looked at the papers, I will also tell you what was running in my mind, which I explained to them. I told her that in the event it is a joint property, not divided legally by a legal document, then she and her husband would have right in the entire property, as much as they would have right in this part of the property. But there was a small catch on the face of it, without looking at documents. The house has two different colors. And then she said, we are having this part separately and they are having that part separately. I asked her also, have you ever gone to stay in that part of the house? She said, no, because it has been separated. Have they come to your part of the house to stay? Said, no, because it is separated. So it means there was a clear division between the two brothers. So that is the first part of it. Second part of it was the survey holding of each with this joint house running across is independent subdivision. So therefore, the father-in-law's portion, that is teacher Julia's portion, has one subdivision, survey subdivision, and that other part has a separate subdivision. That means they are being held independently, enjoyed independently, known to be owned, possessed independently. Therefore, I was thinking in retrospect as to the legal effect. Even if we had said that there is a common property which has not been divided by a legal document, the law is that when there is a physical holding of your property separated by metes and bounds, even by separate holdings where one has never entered into that part of the other, nor vice versa, then each one is holding the property independently, exclusive of the other, and one has no right in the other property. But then she took out her old documents. They were in Portuguese. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw in the documents, I'm not saying I'm not mistaken, mistaken is of the year, I will clarify that part of it. But one thing which was clear in the documents was her father-in-law's brother had taken the property on long-term lease, that is emphyteusis, from the Comunidade of Moira in his own name. So please understand the genesis of this title is Comunidade to the father-in-law's brother, which means it was not a joint property, it was not an inherited property, it was not an ancestral property. Second, somewhere in 1936 or 38, that's why I said if I'm not mistaken is at this part, year I can't really remember, it shows that the father-in-law's brother has sold to her father-in-law half of the property with half of the house. So now when there is a document standing in front of us, it definitely dispels that commonly held understanding that it was a joint property. It also positively acknowledges the right of her father-in-law's brother, and it positively acknowledges that her father-in-law purchased from his own brother half of the plot with half of the house. Here there is a English translation, is 1935, deed of sale and discharge, and it shows that Felicio de Souza and his wife Esperança de Souza appeared as the first party, and as second party is Braz Caetan de Souza, who is the father-in-law, correct, no? So, and by this deed of sale, Felicio de Souza and his wife are selling to Braz Caetan de Souza 50% of the plot along with 50% of the residential house. So this is the first document which I was referring to, which is the genesis of it. Now she says that after that it has been sold by their nephew or grandson, whoever it is, who is from Calvi. I have seen the sale deed because teacher Julia got that plan with the document from the Panchayat. No, you got that RTI, show me that. And I have learned, this is subject to correction, that this is apparently now, yeah, it's a sale deed which is registered in 2023, clearly showing that the owner of that is selling it to certain persons named in it. So there's a perfect sale deed, and he shows his flow of the title. Now we are not concerned about his title, because if he has a right or if he has no right, whoever is entitled to that part alone can come and fight. We can't say you are nobody. So, and teacher Julia has no problem about that, correct? Am I right? About the title. So now with this having been done, she also managed to get the plan of the property which they have put, the present purchasers have put for development, and it appears that they are doing some construction over there, and here is the plan. Now in the plan what they have done is they are showing that they are building some bungalow or something like that with some swimming pool. Here it is, and in this portion the common house, the common plot, can you see this? This is the house here. And this line which is going, this portion like this, L shape like this, is the division between this plot and this plot. Teacher Julia, is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
So, if this is the L shape and this inner portion is the joint house. And this is the part where there is a common line dividing. Now, this part is going in to the other side. This is Teacher Julia's part. So, there is no problem about it. Now, this has been marked for demolition because he wants to demolish. So, yesterday I was a little bit, I'm not a technical expert. So, I told Teacher Julia probably if he has to demolish it, he'll have to rebuild over there only. And because Teacher Julia's one fear was that I have mud wall house. And if tomorrow he starts demolishing, my mud wall falls, my whole house will fall. And we know that in Goa, once you touch one wall, other walls get affected. So I understood her situation. And I said to her, if it's built touching, with his wall will protect you automatically. But I don't know, I said, I'll phone out the town planner. Then I did phone the town planner and asked him. And I put it on speakerphone so that Teacher Julia could also hear it. So the town planner said, sir, if they demolish it, they have to keep a 3 meter setback. So I looked again carefully at the plan because there is a little darkishness here, so I could not make out what was going on. But by looking at it more or less, I had a feeling that about 7.14 length setback has been kept, showing on the plan. And in addition, there is one 3.50, but clearly that there is a 7.14 on the plus or minus side. It is more than 3 meters which that builder or owner is keeping. So I said to her, I'm not an expert. Please go to the town planner, confirm what I am understanding, because it should not be that I read it, I assured you, and something else goes wrong. So she went to the town planner and he confirmed that this long setback is being maintained by the owner. And so he has got his plans which are perfectly in order. But she has asked apparently the panchayat to come for an inspection, and apparently they are having a meeting today and they may slate the inspection or not, I don't know, but that is in the hands of the panchayat. But I want to clarify that there is, first thing is that I don't know why this post was put up in such a manner without seeking clarification. And even when Teacher Julia, I told her I was very shocked to read this post, especially when I'm a person who is reachable and I'm a person who comes to help everybody. So I don't know whether it was done genuinely, honestly, or maliciously, just to tarnish my name or to tarnish my image and reputation, or to give an impression that I am with the Delhi builders or some real estate lobby or something like that. So I thought that I should clarify this. So I've called Teacher Julia because it's not fair that I speak without she being there and without me saying what I'm saying. So she confirms what I'm saying is right and not it was said behind her back. So I would request you, Teacher Julia is here, and she's a strong and ardent supporter of mine, and she is a person whom I have great affection for, and she will tell you her part of this thing. I would request you to kindly take her view on what was her understanding, and I would also request you to see what she has to say about me, and third thing is what are her apprehensions, so how we can have them resolved.
My name is Julia D'Souza, and I just want to say one thing. I have been seeing Sir Carlos as an MLA of ours. He is an MLA, but in my lifetime I have never seen such a person who is downtrodden, who comes to the level of, and if I knew all this, I don't think this problem would have happened. One friend of my daughter came to my house and he saw me all in pain and all, and he says, what is the problem? So I showed him. So he just clicked some photographs and all. And he went away. He says, I have got some uh, organization. And on the next day, I find that it has come. I myself don't know what he has got and what not. So please, sir, I request you to forgive me. To forgive me, please.
I have no problem. I knew that there was a misunderstanding. That's why I called you. So no problem.
And
But
sir, I myself did not know you were so, so in the assembly and all, I used to hear you. But then, and you even said the statement I really liked, I don't fight on the road, but I fight in the court. And that is the real. And you have got all the qualities God has given you. And I'm really sorry for all has happened.
no, now you tell me what is this thing. Please tell them what I have explained. Is that correct?
Yeah, whatever sir has explained, I myself had not understood all that. I did not know all these rules and legal things and all. And it is a fact. It is a fact. Now my fear is only the wall. That's all. The wall. And that person who bought it is not willing to give me a setback of 3 meters. He says, show me the rule. Show me the rule where it is. I can't give you free. I said, it's not for me. It is a setback and it will be a common setback. So just because he cannot, I insisted on it and he cannot, he said he's not going to, he just got up and went away. Now again he called me and he says this week he's going to come and settle the matter. So once again I very, very, very sorry. Very sorry. Please forgive me.
No, I have no problem. I'm not upset also. But I always am happy when somebody comes and gets things clarified from me.
Yes, sir.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Why should I? Misunderstanding simply result into unnecessary tensions.
Yes, yes. And I requested him also to withdraw what he has written. But he says it's an organization, so it cannot be. Full post cannot be removed. So sorry, sir, once again.
No problem.